Hello everyone and welcome to Simplilearn. Today we are going to have a video session on PHP Form Validation. So what does this actually mean? Okay, well let me give you an example here. So when you try to create an account on Facebook or Instagram, you submit a form and then that form is cross-verified with the code written in the backend. So today we are going to do the same process in this video. Now we will have a look at two demos. Now in the first demo we will create a form and in the second one we will validate it. So let's get started with the first demo. But first things first, let's quickly open C drive, Xampp folder, htdocs and create a folder. Let's name it validation and open our code editor here. And let's create a first file, form.php. Now I'm going to write the code for the registration form. Now here what we are doing is we are creating the different variables for the form and we are setting it to empty values. Let me put that in a comment too. Now as you can see, the form will contain full name, email, number, comment, gender and age. Now for this demo, the username, email and mobile number fields will be text input elements while the comment field will be a text area. Let's write the rest of the code. Now we are defining the test input function which we are calling in the above if statement. Let's start creating the form and add the method to post. Action would be So I skipped ahead and created all the details required in the form. So the details would be full name, its input type would be text. Just wait, yeah, it's okay now. Second would be email, similarly number, age, comment. Now notice the comment would be a text area instead of a simple input type. Gender and a submit button. Now the form is complete. We have to write another PHP script to display the details. I'll just skip ahead in this part too. So now that we can display all of the variables from the form, let's close the PHP script and also close our form. Now let me explain some parts of the code to you before we move on to the web page part. So here we have post. So this function is used at the time of form submission. Now during that time, the form data is sent with method equals to post. Second would be the server section. Now this server PHP self is a global variable that returns the file name of the code. Now also HTML special characters function converts special characters to HTML entities. Now this prevents attackers from exploiting the code by injecting HTML or JavaScript codes. That is cross-site referencing scripting attacks in forms. So now that we know what these functions do, let us jump and see if our web page works okay. For that, first open Xampp control panel and start the Apache server. And now let's open the browser and type localhost followed by the folder name. That would be validation and then a file name form.php. So yes, the form looks good. Let's add some name to it. Email xyz.com. Number is optional, but let's add some number to it. Age would be 20. Comment would be hello, welcome to Simplilearn. Gender would be male, and let's click here. Yes, so our input is visible and the form works perfectly. Now let's move on ahead with our second demo, that is validating a form. Now we will be writing a code but with slight variations. Now the fields like full name, email address and websites will be added here, and these three fields will show an error if an incorrect input is given. Now however, the code is validated against the input and returns an alert message if an incorrect data is entered. Let's go to the code editor and create another file, and let's name it validate.php and write another code for it. Now I've added some color for the error that will be shown into the form. Again, let us write a comment for it, define variables and set to empty, and our variables would be name err, that is error. Similarly, email err, gender err, and the rest of the fields. Let's give the else command for it. Now if no error found or the field entered is correct, the name will be displayed as we displayed the name in the form.php file. With the help of post name. Now what we are going to do is, now we will check if name only contains letters and white spaces. And this would be ERR. Now we will check if the email address is well formed or not. To do that, we will again use an if statement. I think I have used emi somewhere since it's showing here emai. So let's check before it throws an error in our code. There's email, yeah. Okay, we made a mistake here. So this else was not supposed to be closed here. Let's move it ahead. Yeah, I think this looks good. Let's write another code for another variable that is website, and do the same thing again. Website. Now we will check if the URL address syntax is valid or not. So which is be a single. Now we will write the test input function as we did in the form section. So let's just copy it from there since it's going to be the same. Now let's write the PHP script for the form validation section. Form method would be post. Action would be PHP script again. I'll just skip ahead with this part of the program. So now that we have our complete form here, let's close it. As you can see, we have entered full name, email address, website, comments, and gender parts to the form. Now let's write a final PHP script to display the details. Since this will also be similar to the last part, we will just copy it from there and make the necessary changes. So what we don't have is full name. This would be just name, email. This would be a website. There's no number. Let's delete it. There's a comment and there's a gender. Let's close the script and also close our web page. Now let's save the file, open a browser and check if our web page is working correctly. Type localhost, the name of the folder and the name of your file. Okay, so let's write something mac xyz at the. Now let's not write something after it so that the email address would be wrong. Just to check, 123.c comment anything would do, gender male, and let's click on submit. So as you can see, it shows enter a valid website URL and the email address is incorrect. Let us also check by writing an incorrect name, that would be mac1, email address macxyz@ and 123.c. Now it's showing the error for the name too. Okay, let's write something that is correct. mac@gmail.com. Website would be www.simplilearn.com. Comment could be anything. Mail, and no errors here. As you can see, we have got the output. Now we have reached the end part of the video on the PHP form validation. I hope it was informative and interesting. If you have any queries about the topics in this video, please do ask away in the comment section below. Our experts are 24/7 ready to solve your queries. So thank you so much guys for watching. Stay safe and keep learning.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.